What's good, family? Now, I ain't gonna lie, yo. I had to really sit with something the other day, and it made me realize a lot of us ain't even in relationships. We just passing time with people. And that hit me different because when I really thought about it, there was a time in my life where I stayed in situations I already knew wasn't right. And not because it was love, but because I ain't want to be alone. And sometimes life is already so stressful, so it's just like when you got somebody there, even if you know it ain't right, it just make things feel so much more easier. But honestly, that don't make it any better. That don't mean it's better. And I had to be real with myself about that because I wasn't even looking for love. I was looking for a distraction. And that's the part that'll slow your whole life down, because while you thinking you good, life is still moving. And you don't even realize it at first. And this is where things start getting a little bit crazy, because you start choosing comfort over growth. And it won't even feel wrong when it's happening. It actually would feel extremely normal. You know what I mean? Because you got somebody to talk to, somebody to text, somebody to lay up with. So in your mind, you good. But the whole time, you not really going nowhere. You not elevating. And you sitting there telling yourself like, yeah, I'll lock in later. I just need a little break right now. But that break turn into months. Hell, sometimes even years. And that's how you end up in this cycle. You feel me? And I had to really understand this as a man. A lot of confusion I was seeing in my life wasn't even about the women. It was about me not being in position. Because when your life ain't structured, you don't move with direction. You move with how you feel. And when you moving like that, you start accepting anything that feel good in the moment. And that's how you end up in situations. You feel me? That's how you end up in situations that don't actually help you grow. Because now you got two people trying to figure life out at the same time, and both of y'all don't even got a direction. And that's when things could get real messy. And honestly, I had to check myself on that, because I can't expect peace if my life ain't in order. I can't accept something real if I'm still trying to figure myself out. So instead of forcing something, I really had to change my focus and really start building, being in position, just putting myself in position to be great. You know what I mean? And being in position don't necessarily mean, everything's perfect. It just means you got a direction. You know where you're going. And even if you're not there yet, you still have some type of idea. You got structure. You moving with intention. You doing what you're supposed to do even when you don't feel like doing it. And most importantly, you're not looking for someone to complete you. Why? Because you already working on yourself. So when somebody come into your life, they not there to fix you. They there to experience what you're building. That's a whole different type of energy. Because now you're not chasing, you actually selecting. Now you're not confused, you actually more clear. And that clarity changes the whole dynamic, because at the end of the day, if it's real, your life is going to move forward. If it's a distraction, it's gonna feel good, but you're not gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be stagnant. And I ain't gonna lie, this is something that I really had to sit with, because at the end of the day, I got a kid watching me, bro. I don't got the luxury to just be out here lost. I gotta be intentional. I gotta be disciplined. I gotta build something real. So for me, it stopped being about who I could be with and started being about who I need to become. And once I locked in And once I locked into that, everything started really changing. My focus got different. My energy got different. The way I move got different. And the crazy part is, when you really start building your life, you stop feeling like you missing something. Because now, you know exactly what you're working towards. So if you in a season right now where it's just you, don't look at that like a loss. That's the time you're supposed to lock in. You know what I mean? Fix your life. You know what I mean? Get yourself in position and let everything else come to you. Because when you really building, you don't gotta chase anything. Everything start aligning. And that's when you know you moving different for real. You know what I'm saying? So us as men, we just gotta take more accountability. You feel me? Understand where we go wrong and where things get confused at. A lot of times it comes from just us not being ready to, because we are supposed to be the leaders. We supposed to have our things together. We supposed to, have direction. You know what I mean? We want all this control, but it's like, how we want all this control, but we not all the way there yet. You know what I mean? So these is little things that I just be sitting here and I be thinking about to myself, and I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just cut the camera on and I'm gonna just talk about it. And hopefully whoever's watching or whoever's listening can get a glimpse of how I feel. You know what I mean? Get an understanding of where my mindset is. You know what I mean? Because I understand I'm not perfect. I'm not nowhere near perfect. And I know I got a lot of working to do on myself. But the thing with me, I always take pride on is that I acknowledge that I'm not perfect. You feel me? I acknowledge where I go wrong at. I acknowledge my mistakes. And then with me acknowledging that, I work on it. I change. I do what it is I need to do to become better. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with it. You feel me? But like I said, I don't be liking to be on here rambling too long. But if this is your first time here, I go by the name of Stash Cash. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm on a 50-day streak. Shout outs to my girl Kiss from Jay, because that's where I got that whole lingo from. You feel me? I don't know if that's really a thing, but I heard her say it when she was going on her streak, so I'm gonna say it too. You know what I mean? Big shout outs to my girl Kiss from Jay. And yeah, we on a mission, y'all. So until next time, feel me? I see y'all again on the next video, which is tomorrow. So make sure y'all pull up. Yeah.